Hey guys, LuckyHD here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be going over every single new thing that you can get inside of the Loomunity Park 2 update. If you guys do enjoy this video, go down there, like, subscribe, and let's get straight into it. Alrighty, so the new Loomian Legacy update is here, and all of this information that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today does in fact come from Llama Train Studios officially themselves. So you know that this information is the most up-to-date and accurate. First things first, let's start out with the new Loomian, Nukichi. Nukichi is going to be a new Tanuki Loomian that is going to be a 1 in 10 inside of the wild. Now, starting at level 27, this Loomian is going to start to evolve into its next form. That form, of course, being Dainuki, a very, very cute Loomian. Alrighty, next up, let's talk about how to get this bouncing Geklo ball over here. All you have to do is simply go ahead and play some tennis tag until you get yourself 50 tokens down here. Tennis tag is super easy if you need a little explanation. Obviously, a ball comes to you, and then when it's your turn, you will simply click the ball just like that, and obviously it will hit it, and you'll get a little bit of tokens as well. And of course, from there, you can simply just go over here and buy it for 50 tokens. While we're on the topic of that, let's talk about how to get the Rainbow Obsidian. Obviously, the Rainbow Obsidian is going to be 100 tokens up here. However, that is for the one without the wisp. If you want the one that is actually found out inside of the wild, well, that is going to be a 1 in 5,000 chance. Yes, 1 in 5,000 chance. There's also the 1 in 500 of the regular colored obsidians. So obviously like the regular red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And also each of those seems that they can have wisps as well, being 1 in 5,000 chance. Alrighty, next up, let's talk about the Singil reskin. The Singil reskin is going to be a 1 in 50 anywhere out inside of the Loomunity Park Wild. Same with the Pipsy, however, it is 1 in 100 instead. And then we go up further, even past that, if you can believe it, for 1 in 800 for the Pyramid reskin. This Pyramid reskin, I believe, is tailing on one of the hardest reskins to get just in Loomian Legacy in general. A gamma of 1 was found, and it was a 1 in 512,000, which is just absolutely insane odds right there. Alright, now let's go ahead and talk about Rainbow Eliguana. Not only did Eliguana get a remodel during this event, it also got a rainbow form. Similar to Shachi, the entire body isn't rainbow, just little aspects of it. So the little spikes on it are rainbow, and it is a 1 in 1,000 out inside of the Loomunity Park Wild. It also has 2 times gleam chance. So keep that in mind, you know, whenever you're hunting it, that it has 2 times gleam chance for, I believe, both alpha and gamma as well. So your lowest odds, of course, with the alpha being a 1 in 64, and the lowest odds with the gamma being about a 1 in 320 chance. Next up, we have the Cinnamoth, also another Loomian who just got a remodel recently, same with Cathorn, and that Cinnamoth is going to be a 1 in 2,000 out inside of the Loomunity Park Wilds. Now, unlike Eliguana, this Loomian does not have increased gleaming odds, so no increased gleaming odds right there. However, it does in fact have a color variant. So again, just like the Obsidian having the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, it also has the same thing with the Cinnamoth, and of course that is going to be a 1 in 100 out inside of the wild for any of the regular colored Cinnamoths. So the rainbow, 1 in 2,000, the regular colors, 1 in 1,000. And of course, from there, you also have the rainbow wisps and all that stuff, and all the wisps that are going to be a 1 in 1,000 chance anywhere out inside of the wild. So again, to recap, 1 in 2,000 for the rainbow, 1 in 100 for the regular color, and then it's a 1 in 1,000 for a regular color with a wisp. Got it? Okay. Alright, next up is going to be the Glissadia reskin. Glissadia finally getting its first ever reskin out inside of the wild, and this one, even higher, at a 1 in 10,000 chance to find a rainbow Glissadia out inside the wild. Now, it also does have a little icon here at the bottom with the 2 times, I believe, roam boost. So, I don't know. It says 2 times roam boost and 4 times charm for like boost token or whatever. What that exactly means, I don't know. If that like lowers it down, I believe it should. So I guess the 1 in 10,000 is just kind of the standard rate, and maybe you can lower it down with the boosts and the charm and all of that stuff. And the same thing is also going to apply to the next Rainbow Loomian, That, of course, being Arceros. Arceros, just like Glissadia, also gets a rainbow reskin with the exact same kind of rainbow coloration, you know, flaring throughout the body in the cool little gradient pattern. However, there is a pretty cool little gimmick this year with, obviously, Glissadia and Arceros that you should be aware of. Because Glissadia and Arceros can, of course, both fuse. Now, it still works in the same way, like, you know how when you do a Gleam or Gamma Arceros and Glissadia, how it only kind of does one head if you don't have, you know, both Arceros and Glissadia Gamma or Gleaming? The same thing happens here. So, if you have a Rainbow Glissadia and you decide to put it with a regular Arceros, well, it's only going to make a Novatius with one head being Rainbow. If you do the same thing with Arceros, obviously the opposite happens, but if you put both of them together, you actually get yourself a Rainbow Novatius, which is pretty cool. A little nice, very, I guess, hard to obtain gimmick now inside of Loomian Legacy, a Rainbow Novatius. Who would have ever thought? So yeah, if you're obviously going to want both, it's going to be a 1 in 20,000 to get both of those just to get the, you know, Novatius. Alright, now let's go ahead and talk about what the Cosmere colors are going to be this year. The Cosmere colors are going to be Black Cosmere and White Cosmere. Those are the new colors of Cosmere. However, I think both of these Cosmeres can actually just be found at any time out inside of the wild, because obviously regular Cosmere is going to be 1 in 128, and if you go up here to your navigate, you go to weather, as you can see, all of the colors are right here. However, the Black and White Cosmere, it says it's on his own table, and it's actually a 1 in 1,250. Which is pretty crazy odds, I'm not gonna lie. It does say, though, it has 2 times Gleaming and Gamma odds, which is definitely pretty good. But yeah, so I believe Black and White Cosmere can just be found anywhere out inside of the wild at any time. Alright, now let's go ahead and talk about the new roaming. In order to get this new roaming, you have to play Tennis Tag, everybody's favorite minigame. So, go inside of the Tennis Tag minigame, and you see these little flowers on the ground. Basically, just boop, step on them. As you can see in the bottom left, I currently have 40 sunflowers, and that count is basically going to determine how many of the, you know, little roamings that I can actually get. You can also exchange 10 tickets for 1 soulflower inside of the shop as well, so if you have any extra tickets, just go ahead and use them there. However, to actually get this legendary Loomian, head right over here, follow the train tracks, and you are going to go right over here to this nice patch of grass. Now, if you are going to actually be hunting it, go ahead, throw on a Gleam Boost, okay, and then walk up to the pedestal right here, click on it, and then it is going to use 10 of your soul flowers. Basically, every 10 soul flowers means that you can get yourself another one of these roamings. It kind of works like, I guess, Nymering, for example. And as you can see right here, the big old bug comes down from the heavens, and you get an encounter with it right here. This is Solnecta, the new legendary Loomian. I did a whole other video if you want to see more into that, but I'm trying to keep this video at least like around 8 minutes. And yeah, of course, you can hunt for a Gleam and Gamma of that Loomian as well, and that about does it. There is a lot of stuff, obviously, in this update right here, and hopefully, obviously, you get some fun Loomians, you get some cool things. Let me know down in the comments below, obviously, what you get, and if you guys did enjoy this video, go another like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.